Welcome everyone to Gather. This is the final installment in our return series. But as I shared in my letter and all over, if you didn't do the return series, you're just dropping in for this live community experience. Welcome everyone. Come one, come all. This session is about returning to a sense of togetherness and to this remembrance of our collective unity and connection. Through Yoga with Adrienne and Flower Feels Good, we have had this shared attention for years and years and years. And so this is a celebration of that shared attention. And again, a reminder and remembrance that you're not alone. And now more than ever in my life, I just really cherish and prioritize all the scenarios and the creative scenarios in which I can tap into that togetherness that we so often we come together as individuals, but in this wonderful, wonderful community, we have the opportunity to practice yoga really and connect to something bigger than just ourselves. That's what this session is all about. Yeah, Benji? Okay, so this is real time. This is being cast in real time, so there would be no pausing, no edits. So we'll just see if Benji snoozes the whole time, or if you get to see the real side of Benji who's just listening. Alright, hopefully you're settled in now. It is my greatest life's honor and privilege, pleasure to guide you in this session today. Thank you for allowing me to do that. Let's start in a comfortable seat. So I'm sitting up on a blanket. You can sit up on a couple blankets or towels. If you have some blocks, that's always nice to sit up on a pillow. You're sitting on a chair or a couch. I think the important thing to remember about this session is that we're all showing up in any way we can to drop in and return to our breath, return to a sense of where our bodies are in space today. Allow the mind to slow down for an hour and to really allow ourselves to feel connected to one another, whatever that means to you. There's no perfect way of doing this session. What matters is that you're here. So find your comfortable seat. And allow your focus, and it is a bit of a practice, I know. But best you can, allow your focus to land here in this moment in your body. And it may help to go ahead and soften the gaze or close your eye. And we will together return to this role of the observer, if you will. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to be perfect at anything. The invitation is really to return to this role of the observer. And the observer is tight. Okay, the observer does not judge. The observer just notices, just observe. So we'll take a quiet moment here to maybe start at the feet and do a little body
scan, residing in the role of the observer. No right or wrong, just moving from the bottom all the way up to the crown of the head. Loving observer, just notice how that went, like where your thoughts went, how many thoughts came up, it was kind of hard, got lost, or did you take your attention all the way up from the toes to the crown? And then we're going to do it again. We're going to do it one more time. And this time it'll be different. So bringing your attention back down inward. And I'll guide this one starting at the toes, just noticing, bringing your attention to the soles of the feet, bringing your attention to the ankle, the Achilles, the shins, and the calves. Bringing your attention to the knees and the backs of the knees. And your upper legs. The thighs. All the way up to the hip. Bringing your attention to the hips. No need to do anything, just bringing your attention to the hips and to the pelvis. Bringing your attention, your awareness to your belly and your low back. Mid-torso, bottoms of the ribs, mid-back. Slide your awareness up the side body and up to the upper body, the chest, the upper back, the shoulders, fingers, the wrists and palms, the forearms and the elbows, the upper arm, back up through the shoulders into your beautiful neck. Just bring your attention to your neck. To your head, the jaw, the back of your head, your ears, your brow, forehead, and then bring your attention to your scalp and the tippy-tip top of your crown. There, ever so gently, super gently, as if you just are moving with love even here. With your attention on your crown, allow yourself to experiment with a gentle lift here. It can be actual physical move, or it can just be an energetic lift through that tippy top crown point. And you could, if you're in a creative mindset today, imagine, or if you're open to a creative mindset today, just imagine your spine, what you know of your spine and the vertebra. Imagine as you lift up from the crown of the head, seeing more spaciousness up through the spinal column, whatever that means to you. Oh yeah, baby. Now let's take a nice slow breath in here and just try to maintain this lift up through the crown. Nice easy breath. And as you exhale slow and steady, allow your shoulders or anything that might be holding or gripping in the body to soften just a little bit. And then let's repeat that a couple more times. We inhale, we kind of celebrate and accentuate this energetic lift up through the Sushumna, up through the spinal column. And then you use the exhale to find a little more softening, grounding in the body. Do it one more time on your own. Together, Anjali Mudra at the heart. If you feel comfortable, let's keep the eyes closed here, or your gaze soft and down past the nose. And then bring your awareness, your attention to the palms here, gently kissing together in a prayer position. This is an opportunity to set a little intention for your practice, or even to say a little prayer. And may the shared attention of all of us gathering here today in this moment support and nourish not only your intention or your prayer, but the intentions and prayers of everyone involved here today. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, long breath out, we can bow the head to the heart if you like. Seal the deal. The head, open the eyes, and scratch your nose. My goodness. The allergies in Austin, let me tell you. Spread the fingertips, take them out left to right. Let's start to move with the breath. Inhale, reach the arms up, soft fingertips. Keep that length in the spine that we just explored, and then exhale, float the fingertips down. Now, there is, of course, a world where you're just moving the arms and breathing, but can we create this marriage? Can we return to the true meaning of Vinyasa? Move with intention, breath, and body as one. One more time, big inhale to reach up, slow exhale to float it down. And then we'll allow one hand, any hand, your choice, you choose, it's your practice to come to the ground, and the opposite hand will reach up. If you're in a chair, you can use this hand on the side of the chair, the arm, or bottom of the chair. And we'll just create a little spaciousness, again, returning to this felt sense in the body that we explored in the return series. And when we practice in this way, it can appear painfully simple, but it's kind of up to you to allow yourself to stay in that role of the observer. And if you do, you can find that there's plenty to explore and listen to, plenty to listen to. That's all happening right here inside your experience versus outside. If you're like, girl, I'm just getting a side body stretch, that works too. That's beautiful as well. Let's take it to the other side. Nice Benji. All right, and come back to center. Let's gently move from seated to all fours. If you're in a chair, you can stay seated and just bring the feet out in front of you, palms on the knees or thighs. All right, feel free to pat the knees if you're coming to the ground, if you like. We'll come to a tabletop position and begin to move the spine a little bit more here. So spread the fingertips. Pay attention to the details of your foundation, always here in the asana. And that will go with you more naturally. It'll move naturally with you off the mat and into the world the more you pay attention on the mat. Draw the low belly in, press away from the yoga mat, and we'll move slow and steady here. Inhale takes the heart forward. Feel the belly stretch as you come into cow. And then exhale, rounding through the spine. See if you can move nice and slow here, returning to that felt sense in the breath as the anchor for which you move from. And then moving in your own time back and forth here, following the rhythm of your breath. Feedback of your body. Listening as we also did in the return series so that we can respond to what's happening in this present moment versus yesterday or last week or 5 years ago. And let me tell you, if there's stuff from 5 years ago that needs to be moved through or worked out, it'll still come up. So you just have to be present in this moment. All right. From here, come back to tabletop position and drop the elbows where the hands are. Create 2 railroad tracks with your forearms, and then walk the knees back gently to come into a puppy posture. Feel the belly get long. Hug your low ribs in just a tad as we open up through the shoulders, stretch through the side bodies, and allow the tailbone to gently tilt up towards the sky. Press down through all of your knuckles, press down through the tops of the feet. Integrity in the foundation here as you breathe in lots of love. And breathe out. Carve a line with your nose. Imagine you're pushing a little ball of yarn forward like a kitty cat here. So integrating the neck as you transition throughout the practice. Slow and steady, we'll slide forward. Pelvis comes to the earth. And we start to open up through the chest here in a Sphinx pose. So just think about if you're the type of person who likes to do 100% in asana. In the Sphinx pose, see if you can bring it to like 80%. Keep the neck nice and long. Press down through the pubic bone, the knuckles and the feet. And together we'll just try to really return to this connection with the foundation. So instead of worrying too much about what's happening up here, can we come back to the anchor, which coincidentally is our theme, community theme for February. Then let's find a gentle Uddiyana Bandha here, just like a slight drawing in of the navel. I'm active here. I'm pressing away from my foundation. The neck is nice and long. Then close your eyes here for 3 cycles of breath. You got it. Active in the body, but also soft. And one more breath. Ooh, right? All right. Release down. Slide those hands back underneath the shoulders. Hi, Benji. Oh, he's so cute, guys. He's so sweet. Oh, yeah. Slide the hands back underneath the shoulders or by the ribcage. Squeeze the elbows into the side body, and let's take a couple rounds of cobra here. Gentle, small inhale, lift up. Bhujangasana, that's 1. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up again. Maybe it gets a little taller. Exhale, slowly release. And one more time, squeeze the elbows in. Press down through the foundation. We rise up. And slowly release it down. Beautiful. Curl the toes under. Press up to all fours. Your choice or plank. Again, your practice, your choice. If you're in the plank, reach the heels back. If you're on all fours or in a chair or in plank, send the crown of the head up just like we did at the beginning of this session. 3 breaths here. The magic number. Inhale, lots of love in. Neck as long as you exhale, lots of love out. 2 more breaths. You got it. Stay true to your breath. One more cycle, you have this, you got it. And on the last exhale, we'll make our way to downward facing dog. Hips up high, palms rooted. And let's just take a couple of moments here to allow for improvisation. A little improv. Find some mindful movement that is right for your body this moment. Maybe you take a layer off. Maybe you pedal your feet. I was talking to someone last night about how I didn't think I had a Texas accent at all. And some people disagree. So after you're done with your improvisation, let's find stillness. Hug the low ribs in. Soft soften through the skin of the face. The knees can stay bent here as you bring the belly towards the tops of the thighs, or you can start to let the heels get heavy. Take a breath here in stillness, just observe. Nice, and then bend your knees and slowly walk one step at a time, right? One step at a time, one breath at a time, one day at a time, all the way up to the front of the mat. We'll come into a standing forward fold with the toes pointing forward and the feet hip width apart or wider. Give yourself a nice, sturdy base. Feel your breath move your body here. Ground through the feet. Bend your knees generously. Slide your hands to your waistline. Draw the elbows together and allow that action plus the grounding through your feet to allow you to slowly rise up with strength and softness both. Tadasana, mountain pose. Slide the fingertips down. Allow your arms to rest gently at your side. And the feet can stay exactly where they are, or you can bring the feet together. Your choice. Wherever you are, find that length up through the crown of the head, just as we did in practice. And those of us who have been practicing together for quite some time, you'll know that this is where I invite you to imagine this upward current of energy coming through the front body. It moves like this. You can even take your hands, if you want to join me, and bring your hands all the way up. This is the current of energy coming up through the front body. And then down through the back body, we have this downward current of energy that traces the back side. And in the middle, we find the balancing point in our body. And let me tell you, it changes from day to day. The more you practice. So you're finding in this mountain pose the perfect dance of sthira and sukha. This stability in the structure, in the engagement, the strength, the activeness, and the sukha, the ease, that softness in your attentiveness. Wiggle your fingertips gently, and on your next big breath in, reach the arms all the way up towards the sky. Bring the palms together, interlace the fingers in the steeple grip, so the index fingers pointing up. Ground through your feet, draw your low engaging the muscles of your upper back. Good. Then inhale, reach all the way up, gaze straight ahead. Nice. And exhale, rain the fingertips all the way down. On your next breath in, let's lift up halfway. Nice flat back position. Good. And then exhale, soften and fold everything back down. Root to rise here. Inhale, reach for the sky. Palms kiss together up and overhead. And exhale, hands back to the heart, Anjali Mudra. So we're going to pick up the pace, find a little rhythm now, but I'd love for you to take what you need, move at your own pace, of course, and listen to your body and your breath. You can always slow down and then come back with us whenever it feels good. Grounding through the feet, inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, rain it down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long, beautiful neck and spine. Good. Exhale, soften and fold. Fingertips come to the earth. Keep the right foot on the ground as you step the left foot back. Lower the left knee to the earth. Take a second here to find your footing. Let the observer observe. Listen and then respond. Finding balance in the body, maybe pulling the right hip crease back, maybe walking the left knee back, maybe lifting the left knee up and reaching the left heel back, finding your center in this shape. And then with your breath, back knee lowered or lifted. We'll inhale, sweep the fingertips forward, up and back, and find a big, big lift up through the heart. Take the palms wide as if you're holding a big beach ball, and imagine squeezing the inner thighs together to find this gentle lift up through the pelvic floor. Breathe. Inhale in here, carve a line with your nose, look up. As you exhale, rain the fingertips down all the way. Fingertips come to the mat. Right heel stays where it is. We lift the right toes up as we send the right hip crease, back. Stretching through the back of the right leg. And then rolling through that right foot, coming back into your lunge. Option here, if you haven't already, to lift the back knee. You can always keep it on the ground. Left hand comes to the earth. Inhale, right fingertips to the sky, and pause here. Observe. Lengthen through the neck. Draw the shoulder blades together. Front knee over front ankle. Breathe wide into all four sides of the torso. Neck nice and long. Then return to that felt sense of the body, even more so by wiggling the right fingertips gently. And then using an exhale to bring it all the way back down to your lunge. Awesome work. Plant the palms. Step it to plank, half plank, or all fours. Breathe in. Find a little heat. Build a little heat, a little tapas. Crown of the head reaches forward. Take one more breath. You got this. Strong and steady. And then slowly lower to the belly. Use your next breath in to find cobra or upward facing dog. And use your exhale together to meet in downward facing dog. Take your time. From downward dog on your next left foot up into the lunge and lower your right knee to the ground. Take a couple seconds to feel it out on this side. No rush. Returning to sensation. Finding your center, pulling the left hip crease back. I won't give you all the keys on this side. Just give me a little moment. Foundation, ground through your feet and squeeze the inner thighs in. Find that lift up, gentle mula bandha, the pelvic floor. Navel draws in and up. Find a big beach ball up and overhead. Find expansion while holding your foundation strong. Carve a line with your nose forward. Inhale, look up. Open your heart. Exhale, rain the fingertips down. Nice. Keep the left heel rooted as you lift the left toes and pull the left hip crease back and spank. Breathe in here. Breathe out. And then rolling through your left foot. Back knee can stay lowered, or I invite you to lift it here. Right hand comes to the ground, or in my case, to Benji's paws. And slow and steady, we open up through the left side, left fingertips reaching up to the sky, really embodying the experience of this twist. So feeling it out with your breath, reaching the right heel back. Making sure your left knee isn't going out towards the edge of your mat, but it's hugging in, ground through that front big toe. Take a breath here, stay here. And begin to wiggle the left fingertips slowly, gently. Inhale in and exhale. Take it back down. Awesome work. Step the back foot up to meet the front here. And take a couple breaths in your standing forward fold. Shake the head a little, yes. Good on now. Sliding the hands up to the shins or the thighs as you breathe in. Come up halfway. Nice long spine. Exhale to soften and fold. Root to rise here. Inhale. Listen carefully. This time you're going to reach up all the way to the sky. Big beach ball. Exhale. Bend the elbows again. Lift your heart. Cactus arms. Once again. Good. Inhale. Reach up towards the sky. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Good. Exhale, soften and fold. Step the left foot back. Pivot on the back foot this time. Front knee bends, front knee over front ankle. And we sweep the arms all the way up and overhead, coming into a warrior one. In this warrior one, your left toes are turning slightly. You have a nice wide stance, so you're not on a tightrope. Find your breath as you hold this big beach ball above your head. The back leg is strong. It is stable. Front knee's bent. Inhale in here. As you exhale, grab your left wrist with your right hand and take it up and over, just ever so gently to the right, ever so gently. Pull the right hip crease back. Draw your navel in and up. elbows in. Engage the muscles of the upper back. Open up through the throat, the heart, the sternum. Yay. Inhale, tuck the chin, fingertips reach up high. Exhale, come all the way back down. You're going to pivot on your back foot. Inhale, take that lunge, twisted lunge again. Right fingertips reach up. Breathe in and breathe out as you come back down to your lunge. Plant the palms. Step the right toes back to downward facing dog. Downward dog. From down dog, you can lower to your knees for half plank or draw the navel in slowly. Think up and over a big hill here, or a gentle hurdle as you come into your plank. And then send it up and back to downward facing dog. And then again, if you want to take it to the knees and half plank, go there. Or lift the low belly, hug the low ribs in, go up and over that hurdle and into plank. Send it back, downward facing dog. Last time, slow and steady, moving through the spine. And then when you make it to your plank or half plank, once again, we'll take a deep breath in and slowly lower down to the belly. Inhale to lift up for Cobra, Bhujangasana, or you can do up dog. And together, we'll follow our breath and meet back in that downward facing dog. When you get there, take a deep breath in. And let's take a nice cleansing breath out through the mouth. Really getting comfortable. Go ahead and step your left foot forward. Pivot on the right foot. Take your time. Front knees bent. And when you're ready, we'll rise up. Feet and legs nice and rooted and strong. Warrior one. Virabhadrasana one. Back toes are turned in. Back leg is strong and steady. If you don't feel that strength in your back leg, think about engaging your glutes just a hair and engaging your right inner thigh. See what happens. Front knees bent. Then inhale, reach up, get long in the side body. Exhale, grab your right wrist with your left hand and just take a gentle stretch here. It does not have to be a big move. And feel this connection from the outer edge of your right foot all the way up to your twinkling, wiggling right fingertips. Yeah. Good. Then release that inhale, come back to center. Look up if you like and exhale. Reinforce your foundation in the low body as you bend your elbows, lift your heart, open your throat, your voice. Throat chakra up to the sky. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the upper back body. And then inhale, fingertips up, chin tucks back in. Breathe in, breathe out as you come all the way down. Pivot on the back foot. On your next breath in, take the left fingertips up for your twist. Big breath. And exhale, bring it down. Lovely. Step the back foot up to meet the front, forward fold. On your next breath in, inhale, lift halfway. On your breath out, fold. Back into the front. Move to rise. Inhale, reach for the sky here. And last time, exhale, bend the elbows. Squeeze them in. Take your gaze up towards the sky. Good. Then from here, keep your elbows pinned into your body as you slowly send your fingertips behind bending the fingertips back. I already kind of feel my traps turn on just from this mindful integrated reach. And then from here, I'm going to interlace the fingertips. Oh, yeah. Draw the knuckles down and open up through the chest. You can take a couple breaths here. I like to kind of move my chin here, a little side to side, up and down, opening up through the chest and the sternum. Of course, counter. Resist the slingshot urge, the slingshot effect. Marty, I don't know if you still say that, but you did years ago, and it always stayed with me. Resist this urge, and best you can with control, softly release. Yeah. Come back to your mountain pose. So we're moving into a Vrksasana tree pose for our gathering session, for our balance pose. Whether you're here for the live stream or you're catching this practice later on, I love the image of us as trees, all kind of like in our individual spaces, shifting our shared attention over towards the left side of the body, whatever that means for you. Bringing the hands collectively together in Anjali Mudra. Reverent shape in front of the heart. And then very slowly, either visualizing or doing so physically, we'll lift the right heel up and find our center. Remember that last video in the return series where we really recruited all these muscles of the abdominal wall mindfully to come to play. Find that. Return to that. And then maybe we lift the right knee up. And then maybe we take the right foot and bring it above the knee, or we can allow the toes to rest on the earth. Maybe we just visualize the right hip opening in our chair. Find your version of this balancing posture. Balancing posture, right? You can't really fake the attention piece. do we do that? How do we do that out in the world? Steady and calm. Strong, but also strong. You want a little challenge? You can take your arms up and overhead. And if you're like, come on, Adrian, give it to me. One more little challenge. I want it today so bad. I'll give you it. And that is to close your eyes. And then everyone softly, sweetly, with love and compassion for yourself and everyone tuning in right now, let it go. Shake it off and let's take it right to the other side, capturing this attention, both as in our individual spaces and shared. I'm not going to talk you through these cues. I'm going to allow you to explore on this side what it looks like for you. If you're standing, step the feet wide. And let's take a little knocking on heaven's door. Soften the knees. Get malleable in your feet. Get noodly. Look at these high terms. High-minded terms. Get noodly in your arm. But all jokes aside, open your heart. Soften your gaze and your focus and start to speed up this potentially ridiculous for you movement back and forth. Maybe, just maybe, why not? Give your butt a little smack. Why not? It's okay to smack your booty sometimes with intention. Am I right? Okay. Nice. Pick up the pace. What happens if you bend your knees a little more? What happens if you soften your jaw? And again, no joke. What happens if you open your heart? From here, if you're standing, take a nice wide stance and send your fingertips out wide for star pose. If you're sitting, take the arms up and open them as wide as you can. Take up space. Open your heart and your mind and round through your feet. Steady your breath. Turn your left toes in, turn your right toes out. Inhale in, exhale, warrior two, your version of warrior two. Take the left hand forward, just like for those of you who've done the return series, find your energy ball here, warrior Simba. And we'll begin by keeping the front knee bent. Take the arms all the way up and back and through, forward, up, back and through with your breath, forward, up, back and through, and then retrograde it all the way up and forward, back. Strong lower body. And then back to your warrior two, your Vajrasana two. Get low. Pull the pinkies back. Keep your heart open. Crown of the head keeps lengthening. We're just building on everything here. Straighten the front leg. Turn the right toes in. Turn the left toes out. Warrior two. On the second side, find your footing. Take the back arm all the way forward. Find that ball of energy here. Keep your front knee bent. Low body steady as we take the arms all the way up. Take that energy for that little Simba, for the old homies here who've been around a while. All the way up and back and over the cliff with gusto. And up. Maybe bring your gaze or your attention to your hands here for this last couple rounds, integrating the neck. And then as you find yourself forward this time, pull the right fingertips back across the chest, warrior two. Pull the pinkies back, lengthen to the crown of the head, lift your heart. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, turn both toes back towards the edge of your mat. Take your hands in, only to come out one more time for star pose. Take a deep breath in. Reach. Take up space. And then exhale. You can do a soft melt back to center, or you can do a hop back to center. I'll let you choose. I'm going to do a bit of both. A little jig and softening. Capture this moment here with yourself. Close your eyes. Feel the soft kiss of your palms, the gentle lift of your heart. them with me if you like, as you bring it all the way back down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to soften and fold. Bring your hands to the mat, and one knee at a time will come back to all fours. This time, bring the knees wide, big toes to touch. Inhale, look forward, shift forward, find extension through the crown. We did this in the return series as well. And exhale, keep that extension as long as you can before you send the hips back and melt into an extended child's pose. Again, inhale, tug the hands back, round through the earth, send the crown forward. Exhale, send it back. So as we near the end of the practice, your mind is going to want to start to move on to the next thing. Remember, this is a training for your mind. So if you have the capacity, if you have the time, stay with me here for this last bit. Inhale, find extension one last time. And then exhale, send it back. Extended child's pose. This time we can rest here a couple breaths. Sensation of your breath in your body. On the left side, body stretch. Walk those hands over towards the left side of your mat. Just a breath here. Over to the right side of your mat, or in my case, to Benji. A little extra stretch here. One cycle of breath here. And then we'll walk it back to center. Let's lift the heart and the torso up. Walk the knees back underneath the hips. Swing the legs to one side. Any side. Let's come all the way to our backs. So take your time. When you get there, let's bend the knees and hug them into the chest. Now the birds are really... Oh, of course, it's stopping. Hug the knees into the chest when you get here. And if you're in a chair, wrap your arms around your shoulders. Give yourself a nice big hug. If the knees are hugging into the chest, maybe you rock gently a little side to side. And if you have a block handy for this practice, you might grab it here. Ooh. You might grab it here because we can use it here in our bridge just as an option. So feet come to the earth. Benji's up. Fingertips, palms on the mat. Relax your shoulder blades in and underneath your heart center. Ground through all four corners of the feet. Head to Vandasana. Here, bud, come here. This is live, buddy. All right, perfect. What a good bud. Inhale in. You're like, can we please go on the bridge now? Sorry. Exhale. Let's start by peeling the tailbone up and slowly lifting one vertebra at a time. Hips up high. Trying to really feel your way through this one, if you have a block, you can do two things. One, we can make it a more active pose by squeezing the block in between the inner thighs, or we can make it a more restorative pose by bringing the block to the sacrum and low back area, finding that sweet spot for you to surrender a bit more in the shape. Find what feels good for you in this present moment. Like a little more activity, a little more sthira. Or would it be better for you today to nourish with a little more surrender, a little more sukha, finding that sweet spot. Take a few more breaths here. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly release, removing the block and melting the spine down. Bring the soles of the feet together, the knees wide. Hands come to the hip creases here. And as if you're a little kitty cat, you can kind of paw the hip creases if that feels good for you today. Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined cobbler's pose. Take a couple soft, full breaths here, in and out. In and out. Stay here. If this is not comfortable in your body, you can take an internal rotation of the hips, bringing the knees together. The knees touch and the feet are wide, or you can just bring the knees up to the sky, feet on the ground. So you have options here. Otherwise, you can stay in the hip opener. I'll invite everyone to take one hand. Let's take the right hand to the belly, the left hand to the heart space. And if you've done the return series, you will have done this before, but if it's new for you, I invite you to take an inhale in through your nose and an exhale out through your nose. And an inhale in Draw your knees together if they are not already. Hug the knees into the chest. Hold on to your right knee. Shift your weight to the right side of your mat, on your hips, sorry. Shift your hips to the right side of your mat. I guess it is your weight too, yeah. And then take a little twist is the point. Nice and easy, gentle supine twist. Breathe. Coming back to center slowly, mindfully. Shift the hips to the other side. Hug your left knee in. And take it into the twist. Breathing deep. And then check it out. We're actually going to come back to center. You can turn onto one side, fetal position, and come up to a seat, or bring the hands to the backs of the thighs and roll up to a seat. We're going to send the legs out long, reach the arms up and overhead, knees can bend here, and we'll come into a seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Holding our attention one last time in this session. Point your toes, this is of course always optional. Reach your fingertips forward, find that steeple grip from the top of practice, inch your heels towards the bottom edge of your mat, and we'll take a little core roll down here into Shavasana. So shoulders are relaxed, you're moving as slow as you can go. There might be a moment here where your legs fly up. It's okay. We're just here to check in, return to the present moment. Stop, get that information. Low and steady. With control, best you can. Until finally you land on the ground. Let the feet be soft, let the legs relax. Let the arms rest gently at your sides or somewhere on your body. If you have a blanket, you can recruit it now. Or your head, maybe to rest gently on your hips, or maybe you need to go full burrito because it's pretty chilly where you are today. Come into Shavasana, relaxing the weight of your body fully into the earth. At the end of our practice, we return to stillness. Allowing the discoveries of our gathering, of our experience of showing up, both as individual and collective. The Shavasana is awesome, you guys, because in this shape, we throw it all away, but not in a bad way. I think in a rather good way. We surrender. We talk about it all the time as this flash of surrender. Ensuring that part of our practice includes letting go. Allowing and restoration. Plus the nutrients or whatever you're supposed to get out of the session and showing up each time, it is felt. In this shape, in this vital. and seeing if you can locate your heartbeat. If you can't, no problem. Don't panic. Just see as you gently begin to deepen the breath. It's your heart beating for you. I also sense my making noises. Take a deep breath in through your nose as you start to wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingertips, and as you exhale, go ahead and let it out through the mouth. And inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, big full body stretch. Let's let this one out through the mouth as well, maybe with a little sigh. Nice. We're going to transition slowly up to a comfortable seat of your choice. Take your time. Back to one, as they say in the business, not the business of yoga. Coming back, your starting position, and just noticing how you feel. Thank you so much for being here today. I'd like to especially shout out everyone who joined for the live. That's including the beautiful human beings who I love, that I get to work with and live with and grow with, who helped make this happen. You know who you are. Thank you. Yes, thank you to everyone who not only showed up today, but who will show up for the recording and who shows up once in a while or every day of the month to practice with us. It is, like I said in the beginning, my life's pleasure, honor, privilege to be in community with you and to guide the practice today. I love learning and growing, continuing this journey of understanding ourselves so we can better be of service to others, understand others, see ourselves in one another, be ourselves. If you're not already there, let's gently bring the palms to the heart center. Even if it was just the capture of one full breath, I hope that there is something in the essence of this practice and this gathering that will serve you beyond this moment, that you can take out into your community. I love that there's possibility even that some goodness that we collectively create in our community through our practice can have this ripple effect on the world. So for that, again, I'm so honored to be here with you, and I thank you. Let's take one final breath in. Lots of love. And lots of love as we bow the head to the heart to close this gathered session out. Thanks again.